What is up, my dudes, and the one girl who probably has a better motovlog setup than I do? This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. New videos are going to be coming out on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, so keep an eye out for that. But to make it even easier, down below, hit the like, subscribe, bell notification, and hey, share this video. It'd be much appreciated. We have climbed a new summit on this channel, and I want to celebrate with you. We are up to 6 followers. That's right, 6. Any minute now, any day now, I'll just be signing autographs in the street. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, for those 6 people who have subscribed, I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm so glad you are here. And for everyone that's just kind of dipping a toe in the water and checking things out, love you guys too. Thanks for coming. Thanks for checking things out. Definitely, think about just tickling that subscribe button. It can be a short-term commitment. It can be a long-term commitment. It's up to you. Give it a shot though. Help a brother out. Anyway, let's kick off this video and let's get the most important thing out of the way. I know last week I just finished saying that I wasn't going to do any sort of voiceover videos because that's not really me, and that's not what I do. Part of that is because I really feel like these videos, it's harder to record them. It takes you out of the element. Like, I'm not on my bike. I'm not seeing the things that are around me. I'm not experiencing stuff. I'm just going back and talking about it. Unfortunately, I have had more microphone issues, which I mentioned in the first 2 videos as well. I spent a long time on a chat with GoPro today. They believe it's actually part of their hardware. That is the issue, so they're sending me out some new parts. Unfortunately, I will not get those in time to do my weekly upload, and YouTube is a stickler for consistency and structure, so I didn't want to miss a week, being that I'm just starting off. So that is the reason for this voiceover video. Let me know down in the comments after it's done, if you liked it, if you liked what you heard. Maybe I can scrounge up a bunch of that other B-roll footage I have that has no sound as well, and do a few more of these if you do like them. Today's topic is actually going to be what I was talking about during this video that you're watching right now, and that's, should I join a motorcycle club? And I actually broke this down to my top 7 reasons why I personally do not want to join a motorcycle club. To get the most obvious right out, I just want to get this out of the way first and foremost. I have friends that are in clubs. They enjoy it. High five to them. I take nothing away from it, and I know a lot of people do enjoy being in clubs, and good on them. It's just not for me personally. So some of the reasons I may give you for me not wanting to be in a club may actually be reasons why you would want to be in a club. So, take it for what it is, and let's kick this off. I guess first and foremost, reason number 1, I don't want to pay to be in a club. I enjoy riding my motorcycle. So, I mean, reason number 7 right out of the gate is I don't want to pay dues. Like, when you're in a club, you generally have to pay some sort of money, and that goes to funding the clubhouse, taking care of merchandise, stuff like that. There's all kinds of stuff that's kind of tied to a motorcycle club that financially, needs to be supported, and I just don't want to do that. I would rather just get on my bike and ride and not have to worry about that. So right out of the gate, number 7, I don't want to pay someone else to be in a club. That's where I'm at. Sorry, whatever. Next up, and I guess I should also preface this with, these are not in a particular order. One of these, we're not leading up to the absolute biggest reason why I don't want to be in a club. They're all pretty much the same. Number 6 would be I don't want to show up for rides and meetings on a schedule. Most clubs, you have to show up like once, twice, 3 times a month and, represent the club at the clubhouse and, whatever group get together and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. I don't care. I just want to ride when I want to ride and not worrying about being at like a certain place at a certain time unless, it's something I've agreed with and I want to do. So for me, that's a big turnoff. It's just something I'm not interested in doing. And that further goes for going out for rides. I don't want to feel obligated to go out on big group rides. I don't want to feel obligated to go to places I just don't feel like riding out to. I, I enjoy riding where I want to ride. I enjoy snagging some friends and going out with them if I want. And, I don't want it to ever feel like it's a chore. So, those two things, like showing up to the clubhouse, to rides, all that stuff, it's just not me. I'm not down for it. Number 5, dress code. Many clubs, you have to dress a certain way. Like they generally require you to have like, blue jeans. You have to on rides, and if you show up at the clubhouse or whatnot, you have to have boots on. You have to have your vest with your patches on it, or your cut as they call it. And I don't want to do that, especially when it comes to paying someone to do that. I don't want to pay a club to tell me how I have to dress and where I have to go. So I guess a lot of this just keeps going back to number 7. But yeah, for me, it's just, if I feel like dressing like a complete squid and wearing like a t-shirt and shorts and going out for a ride, that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to have to worry about looking a certain way to, fit into a certain group that I'm paying to be in. It's not my thing, and it's just not going to happen. So that is a turnoff for me. Number 4, this kind of goes back to when I was in local bands back in the day as well. Being in a club, it's like being in a band, and both of those are like being married. I'm already married. I don't want to feel like I'm married to like a whole other group of people. I mean, you're in a group that they do refer to themselves as a brotherhood, but you got to deal with everyone's like quirks and the stuff you like, the stuff you don't like. They have to deal with that with you as well. So it's a back and forth. There's obviously going to be squabbles. There's obviously going to be infighting. And I just don't want to do that. I like living my life with as little stress as possible. And so I don't want to manufacture more stress. And I don't want to pay to be stuck in this, in these different stressful situations. So overall, it just does not interest me to be in yet another marriage, except with a whole bunch of people. So yeah, that's my number 4. Number 3 would be dealing with other clubs. So people that I know that are in clubs currently, I know that there's different rules. If you walk into a club and there's like another, like a bar or something, and there's another motorcycle club in there already wearing their cuts, you tend not to wear yours. Like the bouncers and stuff may request that you take them off and go put them in your bike, your car, whatever. It can cause fights, it can cause issues, it can cause conflicts, depending on who the other club is and if you guys have some sort of good relationship or not. So with that, it's like I don't want to have to be required to wear a cut, and then B, be worried about where I wear the cut. I would rather just get dressed in what I want, go where I want, have a good time, and have clubs just ignore me because I'm just some random dude in a corner drinking beer who rides a bike, and that's it. So some of the other stuff I've seen is like I know there's rules where like if you're on like a highway or stuff like that, and there's a totally different club in one lane and you're behind them, it can be considered disrespectful to pass them if you're also wearing a cut. I don't want to deal with that. That goes back to more stress than I want to deal with and more trouble than I want to deal with. So for me, it's just not what I want to do. Number 2, this is a big one to me. A lot of clubs have rules on what you can ride. It tends to be American cruisers tend to be the favored, go-to favorite for everyone. For me right now, that works for me because, I ride a Harley Road Glide. But, somewhere down the line, if I decide when I turn 80 in like 70 years, if I want to get a Goldwing, or if I want to get a moped, or if I want to have a midlife crisis and get myself a brand new Honda 1000 RR, I want to do that, and I don't want to worry about having to keep a second bike in my garage just so I can appease this club that I'm paying to go to. It's just not my thing. I'm not interested in that. I would rather know that I can go buy whatever bike I want and maybe get a little bit of blowback from my friends, but that's it. That's where it ends. I don't have to deal with living up to some club's rules. So that's a pretty big one. Number 1, and I guess this is kind of the biggest one because it kind of plays into the last 6, and that's the rules. 1 and 7 kind of tie together. I don't want to pay someone else to have to follow their rules. And to me, I don't understand how people do it or why they want to do it. And if they do, that's fantastic. I mean, that's your thing. Let it happen. Go for it. That's cool. I'm not bagging on you for it. Like I said, this is my personal issue with it. This is my personal beliefs. This is why I'm not interested in it. I don't want to have to worry about following a club's rules, doing what is asked of me, all this other stuff. I mean, look, I work for a living. I get paid. And when I get paid at that job that I go to, I follow their rules and I follow their dress code. I can't wrap my head around the whole, pay someone else so they can tell me which rules and how to dress. I'm just not cool with that. So overall, that's just, it doesn't entertain me. It doesn't really speak to me. So that's my top 7 for why I do not want to join a motorcycle club. And I've had offers from a couple different people, and I definitely appreciate it. It's nice to feel loved and wanted, but it's just not for me. So that's where we're at. Anyway, down in the comments below, let me know. Are you in a club? Would you like to join a club? Have you decided that you don't want to join a club? And give me some reasons. Let's try not to have any fighting or anything. But yeah, just shout out. What are you guys doing when it comes to clubs? And yeah, hopefully next week we'll be back to on the bike audio. This is definitely weird, just sitting here staring at my monitors and talking. So yeah, hopefully next week we'll definitely be back to on the bike audio. And until then, once again, hit that like, the subscribe, the bell notification down below. Share this video out. Your grandma would love to sit and watch this with you, I promise. And we will see you guys on the flip side.